TP, morning show host.
Oh, you got it. Don't run it down. Make him listen to the episode.
Oh, okay. Well, they did listen to the episode.
Hopefully.
Yeah, they fast forward to they're like, he's going to say his name.
Well, you should use this part as the opening teaser.
That's how Dad did it. That's how America does it. And that's how we're going to do it. Welcome back to Blasphemous. This is Watson and James Don't Play. My name is James.
I'm still Watson. Hanging on.
We're in the... Oh, shit, where are we?
The mother of mothers.
Okay. All right.
We just say grandma.
Who's that over there? That's my abuelita. Oh, okay.
So this is our second time playing this game, but you've been kind of playing it in between episodes.
So it says that I've been playing for like 18 hours, but that's because I left the game on overnight.
A chunk of that is an overnight. Okay.
Right.
All right.
I would say I've put probably 12 to 13 hours in this game. If you're looking for... It came out a few years ago, so this is not a new game.
There are AAA titles that don't even have stories that long.
Right.
So go you, Blasphemous.
If you're looking for a really cool Metroidvania, if I have to explain what that is, I don't know what to tell you. Google it.
We don't have to explain it. You know why? Because we make a record of these conversations where we define things. And you can just go back one episode and listen to us define it.
This is one of the best I've played in a very long time. This is a boss fight. We're not going to fight this boss right now until later. We're going to come back here.
I like a little mystery. I like that, because I don't know what that boss is.
That boss fucked me up.
All right.
Bruh. All right?
Let's do it.
And I don't have time for that.
Not the boss. Let's do the...
Because we have a show to do, right?
Let's do the fighting. Let's do the part where you fight things.
Fight the things. Where should I go? Let's go up there. Over here.
Yeah, go up in that yellowy purple area.
I love how the map teases you. It's like, ooh.
It is a bit of a tease.
You haven't been over here yet. What do you think's there?
Why don't you go down in purple?
Yeah, let's go down in purple.
I like that.
Go ahead and go down in purple, please.
I now want all directions to be given that way.
Oh, shit.
That feels like sort of a up in orange situation. You know what I mean?
And then the guy's like, what are you talking about?
It reminds me of the Aboriginal people of Australia don't have left and right. Everything's cardinal directions with them.
Okay. I give people...
So it's like, you go ahead and give me that thing that's just to the north of you. But it makes them especially good at orientating themselves. Orientating? Or orienting.
Orienting.
There it is.
All right. Orientating. So, I don't know. I think they're both probably okay.
Orienteering, which is finding your way with a map and compass.
Okay.
There's orienting yourself, which is like getting your bearings in your surroundings.
All right.
And then there's orientating something, which is like moving something to a certain position.
Gotcha.
I got hung up on those three words.
Apparently.
Anyway, so that's the grammar lesson for today. The vocab homework. But I thought that was an interesting thing about that specific culture, was that they did things by cardinal directions at all times.
I give people cardinal directions all the time. So people will call the shop, and they'll ask me where we're located, right?
And you say, like, oh, we're just north of blah, 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 to the west of blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, all the time.
And you expect people to know what the hell you're talking about.
Yes, because that's how maps work. That's how life is. You need to know which direction is which. If you want to get somewhere, you're going to have to know what north, south, east, and west are. It's not that hard.
You're going to have to know that to use a map. Yes, because like you said, that's how things are orientated.
And I think it's kind of like, it goes back to the whole, like, back in my... Ow, mother dick.
It's not really I don't think it's a my day situation, because I can give you two people who were born a week apart from each other who are in their 60s, and one of them is extremely good at it, and the other is not capable of it.
Okay.
So I don't think it's a generational thing.
It feels like a generational thing sometimes.
But if I told my dad to go outside his front door and go 30 paces north, he would do so without hesitation and end up in the correct spot. If I told my mom that, she would laugh at me and hang up the phone.
Adorable, son. Goodbye.
North.
Click.
You mean towards the Applebee's or towards the Foot Locker? Which way? You know, some people, you got to have points of reference.
So what they do is they say, what is it close to? And I'll say, oh, it's close to this place. And we're going to be on the east side of the highway.
Nope, you got to say left or right.
Right. Well,
with those type of people.
With those type of people, and they go, okay, I think I'll just Google it. And I go, great idea. Why are we talking? Why are we having this conversation?
Yeah, I could see why you called me 15 years ago. Why are you doing it now?
Right. I don't understand. Like, you know what? I think I'll just punch it into Google and I go, yeah, do that.
Because you know what we did for my dear mother? We just got her a we got her one of those Garmin's when those were big, before everybody's phone had Google Maps and stuff.
Right, yeah, sure.
And before that, she did MapQuest. And before that, if it was a big enough, long enough trip, my dad would literally highlight an atlas. So she's always needed some help.
Look at this guy. Look at him. Look at him.
Whereas my dad is the opposite. He's a second generation Eagle Scout. You know what I mean? You could throw him out in the middle of the woods with nothing and he could tell you where fresh water was, that kind of thing.
I have prepared my anus.
And that statue is just, what are we doing there? It looks like they haven't sculpted the guy holding his arm back like that yet.
Right. Just bend me over. Just fuck my shit up. Can do.
There's the TikTok clip. Just bend me over.
Just bend me over. Ha! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The combat in this game is super satisfying. So if you're into, like, I see why they call it a Souls-like now, because the blocking and the parrying and the timing, it's all very, like, you got to get it just so.
I desperately want to play this on, like, the Switch or something.
Sure. It might be on Switch. I'm not sure.
Oh, I need to look into that.
Oh, for a long time, their games that came on Nintendo were just Nintendo games, right? And the rest of the games that came out were games that you didn't want to touch with a fucking 10-foot pole.
Well, and to the point now where that's all I think of, and I haven't seriously looked at upcoming releases for Nintendo in years and years.
No,
like,
of course not.
I don't follow that kind of stuff. I just hear about stuff randomly and try it out. But I still have that kind of a weird thing about it where I'm like, it's a Nintendo console, so I don't even know what I'd be able to play on that other than Zelda and Mario. You know?
I mean, that's why I buy them.
Kirby.
To buy the new Zelda game. I can't play the new Zelda game on anything else except a Switch.
Also, are we talking about the new Zelda game?
Yeah, of course.
Are we talking about that?
I'm always down to talk about the new Zelda game.
Let's talk about the new Zelda game.
Fucking dick.
Can we do the good news and then the bad news?
It's the Pope's final form. Look at him.
Is that the final? A floating chair?
Yeah, that's what he's going for,
I
right?
think they could do better.
The ultimate Pope mobile is just a chair that floats
That
around.
seems like a mid-level pope if you're doing a hierarchy of popes.
Oh, the Pope?
So there's Pope with a Pope mobile. That's one level up. Pope with a floating chair, so he doesn't need the Pope mobile. That's another level. But beyond that, there's got to be, like, teleportation Pope or something, I don't know why it's all transport based.
I mean, that's
probably because of the Pope mobile in real life.
Yeah, that's why. Because how he gets around is very important.
Have you ever seen the Pope mobile Wikipedia page where it says like that the Vatican asked that it not be referred to that way?
Sure. This guy's wedgie.
And the world collectively said no. It's the Pope mobile.
This is a guy right here who got really tired of his hood getting caught in the wind. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to tie this bitch down. Just going to tuck it behind all these ropes, and my hood is not going to fly off because nobody wants to see my gross face.
It looks like someone made a Klansman into a groomsman. Oof. Like it's color coordinated to someone's wedding.
Remove the pants, please. Oh, yeah.
And the pants are going to need to go shorter?
On it.
Shorter? Uncomfortably short?
You take the pants off. He already had the ropes on.
And then a little shorter than that.
You're like, oh, you're ready for this, aren't you? I've been waiting my whole life for this.
Tell
this
you
is
what.
my big moment. Why are we talking about Zelda? Talk about Zelda. Tell me about Zelda. What's the good news and what's the bad news?
I feel like it is kind of a good news, bad news situation, right? Like it's one of those things where obviously you and I and a lot of people who would be listening to this super hyped about the new game.
Hella hyped.
Very hyped. We watched the little trailers and teasers and been following updates, blah, blah, blah. All that. So the fact that it's coming, that's kind of the good news, right? Is that it's almost here.
Sorry.
That's the good part. That's the good part of it.
I am 5 years old.
Here's the bad part of it. Do you think that it kind of also signals the death of the Switch as a console?
Probably. It's been out for a long time.
It's been out for a long time.
I don't think it's going to be the death like it has been before. So they already killed the first one with the OLED Switch.
This is like the soft death, right? Like it's the first signal of like, this will be the last big game that comes out.
What
of
I mean
console.
is that they already had the soft death.
Okay. So you think we're even one farther?
Yeah, the soft death was whenever they came out with the OLED model. A slightly better model,
Yeah, but I saw those more as coexisting.
All right, that makes sense. I could see it. I could see
like
that.
the Wii and the Wii U. Did the Wii U kill the Wii, or was the Wii already kind of on its way out and it just needed a little upgrade?
The Wii U killed itself. What a stupid name.
Well, sure. I'm just going in order of consoles.
Yeah, right.
And the fact that they're, you know what I mean? They both kind of overlapped there. Because everybody still had their Wii. It's not like we got rid of Wii Bowling.
Right, it's still around. I think, didn't Wii Sports get re-released on the Switch recently? Like, there's a Wii Sports version.
Oh, I imagine it has to have
I forget what it's
a couple
called.
of times at this point, right?
Yeah, why not? I mean, really. Ow.
beyond the first generation, trying to get a perfect game in bowling and get the sparkly ball, I didn't really fuck with it too much.
I got a perfect game in bowling on once you find the sweet spot on
yeah, there's
bowling,
kind of a glitch to it, like
kinda
any
know-
good Nintendo game.
you know what to do. You know what to do.
You fall into it.
You can't attack when I'm on the ladder, and that's kind of a bummer.
I've noticed that.
Ow.
I do like the way their heads split apart.
That's very cool.
It is a good.
They're just
visual
normal
effect.
people heads, and then they hit you, and then they just fuck. They just fuck off.
Super charming Victorian collars, though.
I like it. Real comfy. Makes a
Yeah.
guy feel safe.
Yeah.
A collar that puffy.
It's very Baz Luhrmann's Romeo plus Juliet.
Man, Baz Luhrmann puts anything out, and I'm like, hell yeah. I don't care what it is. I'm usually a fan.
I mean, the guy doesn't know how to do a little bit,
Yeah, well, yeah.
and I kind of love that about him.
He did Elvis. He did Moulin Rouge. He did some other stuff.
He did what the kids call maximalism.
He's actually going to have a cameo in the new Zelda game. He's going to be a villager. A little known tidbit of trivia there for you. Baz Luhrmann's going to be in the new. What's your deal?
Oh, what is this deal? I like the keys.
Oh, he's a guy. All right, I talked to him.
All right. That's this game's Filch.
No one
Looks
can.
like. Where's Mrs. Norris?
That's what filching's all about, eh?
Why do I remember that cat's name?
He said something, probably.
I didn't even read
Make
the
the
book.
sound cease. All right, I'll try to make the sound
Yeah,
cease.
that's kind of my whole deal. I'm killing people here.
You ever find yourself driving home and knowing that we're going to record and you start, like, doing bits to yourself? That happened on the way home. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of like. I'm not super embarrassed by that because whatever, you know? But I'm a little embarrassed by it.
I think
Ow, fuck me.
the knee-jerk reaction to it would be to be like, that's lame or whatever.
It's a
like,
little
you
cringe, right?
You fucking dork.
Yeah, right. It's a
But-
little cringe.
But also, as I get older and try to get better as a person,
I try to be better
I try to not shame myself about the stuff I like
about things that you enjoy.
and stuff that makes me happy.
That's probably good advice.
Self-censor that kind of enjoyment. I try to do less of. You know what I mean?
I do.
But I also try to have enough self-awareness to not be super cringy. And I realize me just saying super cringy is sort of cringy.
Well, what made me think about it, though, is that it was a really, really weird day at work. I had a couple of strange interactions with human beings.
All right.
That I'm still kind of processing. Because I'm like, what were they trying to do in this situation? What were they trying to achieve?
Well, you're leading from a place of empathy, which is good.
People share with me their deepest, darkest secrets at work.
Sure.
And I'm not talking about coworkers or anything like that. Yeah, that happens too, but for different reasons. Mm-hmm. Customers, they'll come in and they'll talk to me.
Yeah.
And they'll tell me really personal shit that's going on in their lives.
I had a lady talk to me for 2 minutes about water softeners today, and I found out so much about her life in that time just because the water softener. Because we took out the old one because the pipes were actually the wrong size, and just it was 2 minutes later before she was like, so anyway, I have these two water softeners.
Right. And you're like, yeah, of course you do. That's our whole thing, right?
I didn't prod her for any of that information, but I now know that she's going through a rough time in her marriage.
And a water softener's involved.
And a water softener is involved.
Guy calls me today and he says, I'm looking for somebody. And I said, huh, okay.
All right.
Didn't really know how to react to that, but I was like, all right, what do you want? He's like, I'm looking for somebody who used to work there.
Also, you were getting hammered
Yeah,
right now.
this is fucked. This is tricky.
The old used to work there request, though, is always a little awkward.
So it was a red flag for me because I kind of know like how collections places work, right?
And you've also been at this job long enough to know who some of the previous employees are.
Most of them, actually. Oh shit, I'm out of. I see.
Yeah, you were out of
I couldn't refill my health because I was out of juice. Anyway, guy says to me.
You out of the juice.
Guy asked me. He says, "I'm looking for somebody who used to work there," and I said, "All right, well, what?" And he starts describing this person. He's like,
Sure.
It's a heavier set guy. And it's probably like 30, 35.
Isn't that like the largest demographic in the country? Like that's most people, right?
And then he says,
statistically.
And then he says he had thin eyebrows, and I'm like, what?
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 What a weird way to describe someone. Also, how thin were those eyebrows that it's like the defining feature about you?
It was one of those times where someone tells me something, and I go, I didn't apply my mouth filter in time.
Oh, sure.
And I just said, that is the weirdest thing I have ever heard.
And
he
it
goes,
is.
What? I'm like, I'm sorry, but that's a weird thing to request.
I just don't have a... Like, if I close my eyes right now, I've already forgotten your eyebrows.
Yeah, like what a thing to remember about someone is what's the eyebrow situation?
That's what I'm saying. How abnormally thin were these eyebrows?
If someone
it was like etched on this guy's brain is like, oh, I know. If anybody has seen him, they'll remember those eyebrows, I did.
Yeah, if someone's got like huge bushy eyebrows, I could understand why they're like, all right, that guy had. Oh, this guy over here, hella eyebrows.
I would call him a Gene Shalit type. Look up that reference, kids. Gene Shalit. It's fun.
But yeah, I just said, I don't want to talk to you anymore. And I hung up the phone.
I'm done with this interaction.
Because I said, I can't deal with this right now.
I gotta go.
It's already been a weird day. So we're done. We're done having this conversation. I told some other people about it to see how they felt about it, you know?
Yeah, you just tell them and go, this is a thing, right? That was a weird thing, right?
And they said, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's the strangest thing I've ever heard. I go,
weird.
Yeah. I thought it might be. But yeah, that happened. It just reminded me of all of the weird things that we kind of have to put up with in public.
Sure.
I saw someone the other day, they were talking about how they work in retail and nobody treats them like a human. And I go, yeah, because those people probably also aren't treated like human beings. No one is treated like a person anymore. We're all just kind of placeholders. And if we happen to be in the way, they're going to tell us something that we would rather not hear. I don't want to be here anymore. This place is fucked. I'm leaving.
Working with the public really feels like everyone's base level is that they're like slightly annoyed that you're not a robot.
A little bit, yeah.
Like, you haven't been replaced with a kiosk yet? Or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's automatically like, oh, hold on, I got to deal with a person.
I had a guy the other day tell me, he says, yeah, got the brain cancer. And I'm like, what?
What?
Oh, I've never seen this guy in my entire life, right? And
it must be the brain cancer that makes you say these awkward things.
So it was so I felt so bad for this guy. He says, he's like, yeah, I got something. It's not cancer, and it's something in my brain, though. Right?
Did you Arnold Schwarzenegger? It's a tumor.
No.
Back to him?
So I was trying to, like, he and I together, we were trying to figure out what was wrong with his brain, right?
Subdermal hematoma?
So he was trying to think of, like, what it's called. I go, is it like an aneurysm or something? Was it an aneurysm that you survived? And
was that word thrown around at all? Yeah.
He goes,
stroke?
No. He's like, no, nothing like that. And he finally goes, cancer. And I'm like,
oh, no. And Alzheimer's.
I was like, oh, geez. I'm sorry, man. What do I do? What do I do?
Also,
what do you want me to do?
Also, where do we go from here? Yeah.
So then he
tough.
Then he turns to the side, shows me the scar on the side of his head where they cut out the brain cancer.
Sweet.
And I'm just like, huh.
I mean, I'm a big proponent of trepanation.
And then he lifts his fist up to like fist bump me. He's like, all right, man, I'm gonna need all the luck I can get. And I fist bumped him because why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, yeah, of course I'll fist bump you. Why not?
I feel like if someone cut open part of my brain and took part of it out and then I wasn't going to die anymore, it would probably dominate my conversations too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like I get it. This has been on your mind for a while, no pun intended. And now you're doing good. Presumably you're out and about, you're healing up, you know, things are looking pretty good. So yeah, good on you, man. But also weird thing to say to the guy at work.
Yeah, just a guy that is just helping you for maybe 3 minutes tops.
Weird to inject it into a 2-minute conversation.
But here we are.
It
made me think about the way people are treated in retail is that we're not really treated as human. And it's because the people that go to deal with the people that work in retail are probably also not treated as human. This guy had no one else to tell except me.
Yeah, that's the other part of it.
Because no one treats him like a human being either.
It was like, why isn't he at home celebrating this with his loved ones?
Right. Not celebrating, but like dealing with it.
No, celebrating the good stuff.
Oh,
the part that he already had the surgery.
Right, they cut it out. He doesn't know the guy didn't know what his current prognosis was, but he knew that it was pretty good because they cut out the bad. And he seemed to be optimistic about it.
The fact that they could cut it out, that's good.
But it's just
because if it's past a certain point, they just go, not much we can do about that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You only cut out so much of your brain.
It was a weird moment. This guy just unloaded all of his baggage on me and just left me. And I've been talking about it this is the second day I've talked about it.
This guy's gonna live in your brain for a while.
Maybe I'll see him again.
You may or may not.
I hope so.
I hope you do, just so you don't automatically go, cancer came back.
We have a lot of regulars at the shop that they disappear, and I go, I guess they're dead. Mm-hmm. Because they were older. They were older gentlemen.
Well, you just start doing the math in your head when you go, oh, yeah, I guess, and I think they did tell me one time, blah, 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 you know?
Right.
And you kind of just Ooh. You don't ask about them because you don't want to ask awkwardly.
You only know their first name.
Right.
So you have no way to look up to see.
Hey, you know
what happened
Gina
to
that
them.
I saw twice a week for 5 years and have not seen in the last 6 months? Is she a dead person now?
Super duper.
Is she dead?
Oh, I know. She hella dead.
Who do I even ask?
Right. You can't call anybody.
I don't check the obituaries. Maybe we should. Maybe we're old enough now.
You think so?
Apparently.
Keep an eye on the obits.
Make
See
sure
what's
Gina's
going
doing
on.
all right.
Gina, you good?
Gina, we good? You bring that little dog in, and I like that little dog.
Man, anytime someone brings a dog in, I'm like, hell yeah. I watched a video the other day of someone, and it was all very clear cut what happened. Guy goes into a restaurant with a service animal. The owner of the restaurant loses her fucking mind, starts telling this guy to leave. The guy has said why the service animal's there, specifically what purpose this service animal
Which is relevant.
has.
And all that.
Oh, don't throw your anchors at me, you dick. And the ladies just kept saying, I don't care why. Just all these things can happen outside. Just go outside of the patio. I don't want a dog in my restaurant. And the guy's like, these are my civil rights, lady. And she goes, I don't care. Have your civil rights outside. And I'm like, you got to stop.
Wow.
You got to stop talking, lady.
You got to really stop talking. You're handing his lawyer the whole case.
Right. I'm sorry if this is upsetting you, and I'm sorry if you don't want a dog in your restaurant, but my guy is kind of in the right here. Even if he's possibly being kind of a dick about it, it's
Well, at a
his
certain
actual
point, you
right.
just go, all right, yeah, guy, be a dick, because, you know what I mean? It's not a matter of politeness at a certain point.
No.
Like I said, civil rights, you know? These are my civil rights.
Right. You don't have to be polite about your civil rights.
I don't have to be polite with you about it if you don't like it.
But I could see like a lawyer watching this
Salivating.
video, just saying, please hire me. We are going to make so much money, and I'm going to take a pretty good percentage of that.
I mean,
and
that
probably
restaurant's going to close.
Yeah, probably get some really good publicity out of it, because these are just going to be, these statements are just going to be handed to me on a silver fucking platter.
This is all going to sound great as a live Twitter update at trial.
Can't wait.
Can't fucking wait.
Oh, man.
Silly.
Silly Billies. I love watching someone just implode on Twitter. Their lives are ruined on Twitter, and it's anytime it's like a public figure that I can be kind of like, ha, what an idiot. It's makes you feel good, makes you guy feel like things are going okay, you know.
That's dangerous. That's a dark magic.
What's that? What I just said?
Yeah,
Oh well, I don't know what to tell you.
it's a dark magic.
Is it?
I feel like it's a little bit like drinking some poison. Yeah,
All right, well, it's
not gonna-
delicious.
it's not gonna kill you, but it's also not good for you.
Who's this lady?
You know.
Oh, it's a big cut scene.
Ooh.
Ooh, this is real progress. Okay.
All right, I'm into those tattoos.
All right. What who are you? I've never seen this
Pulsating
character
your thigh
before.
at me, lady. What are we talking about here?
I like your hat.
I'm waggling your thigh back and forth.
Stay thy course.
All right, I can do that. Oh, okay. A heavy burden. Yeah.
I can neither see thy face nor hear thy voice.
Oh, there's voice acting in this game. You
Forgive
can't,
my
you
manners.
can't hear it.
My name is Miriam.
Place of crimson shadow.
That's why I have this deep voice.
Right.
Something in this suffering land.
She's like, so I just finished my shift at Hot Topic.
Don't.
I've come to.
Don't besmirch
I will absolutely besmirch.
hot goth girls like that.
Oh, we don't need that. We don't need that kind of heat, right? Sorry, man. The poison looks good tonight. I don't know what to tell you. Can't stop drinking the poison. It's grape flavored. What do you want from me? All right. Come back. Come back. You didn't give me your Twitter handle.
Question:
Yeah, what's up? Oh, this is still a cutscene.
Have you ever had a goth girlfriend?
What? No.
Never a full-on goth girlfriend.
No, nothing like that.
Crystal shards.
I don't know what that's all about.
Will not allow me to
I had a death rock girlfriend once.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Intense.
Yeah?
pray.
All right.
Help me.
Good, but intense. Yeah.
Anonymous warrior, I must return.
Is that all you got?
I don't know. I mean, what do you want? I mean, what do you want to know? Like, I don't want to speak for a whole, yeah.
A whole community of people.
right? Like, I have some anecdotal stories if you'd like, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. What do you want to know?
I don't know. I think you just kind of like, I don't know what to say to that, honestly. I'm like, good for you. Congratulations. You win TikTok?
I don't win TikTok,
You don't? Okay. Who wins TikTok?
and I certainly didn't win that relationship.
Outstanding. I like this place. All the stained glass and everything. Guess I could stick to these. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
You
this-
can tell because of how they are.
Because of the way they are.
There's some more.
This is a ponderosa pine. You can tell by the way it is. And we slide under here. Ooh, I like this. This is
slide to the
satisfying.
left.
This is the kind of the platforming that I'm into.
Cha-cha real smooth. And slide to the right.
Did they do the chicken dance at the wedding? No, we didn't do the chicken dance. Why not? Play the fucking chicken dance.
Oh, speaking of wedding DJs, did you hear about that guy that got fired on the radio?
Well, that's kind of who I was talking about whenever I see someone's life implode on Twitter. I was talking about someone extremely specific.
Implode, like it's happened over the last like 3 years. It's been so slow motion.
Oh, well, all this stuff happened at once. Should we?
The hammer came down though.
Should we
That's
give
what's
away
funny.
kind of like our location and what we're talking about?
Nah, we don't need to.
We don't need to?
anything
All
like
right.
that. Well, let's just tell without saying actual names because there are enough scandals out there.
That's true.
That it kind of doesn't matter.
Oh, there's a time limit. I see why there was no enemies. Okay.
114. All right.
So this guy, he's a DJ on I wouldn't.
So
say
he was
like
part of a morning show.
Yeah.
Not the main guy, but one of the main guys.
and it was in, I'd say, a market that's pretty sought after. You know, a real big city market,
And
a place that you can find on the map really easily. You know.
and one of those places that like, hey, if you text into a contest or something like that, there'd probably be a person talking to you on the other end of it.
Absolutely.
Someone capable of abusing that sort of thing.
And that's what he did. He got real chatty with fans of the show. They have this program on the show where you can kind of like become a member of the show, right?
Yeah, that's their thing. They have a fan club. They give away T-shirts, stickers, the whole bit. It's like anything else. Anybody who has a podcast wants you to be a whatever head member of their podcast.
Part of me always thought it was kind of random, but I know better than that because I used to work in radio. It's not random. They find people that they like. They find people that they know to be on the show.
Sure.
To be a member of their little club, right?
Sure.
Did I make it? Did I make it? Did I make it?
One.
Hell yeah.
You barely made
Oh,
it.
that was
Ooh,
cool.
Nice.
So he was finding girls online that
Basically,
wanted to be
leveraging his position within the show.
basically saying like, "Hey, you send me a hot nude, I'll let you be a member of the show. I'll get you free tickets, that kind of stuff." This guy he used to be married. He got divorced,
Has children.
has kids. He's currently engaged.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, he might not be engaged anymore. Just talking to all these different gals trying to get dirty pictures from him.
And then what happened was
All these girls
a couple of accounts popped up where they started just posting screenshots of some of these interactions.
of the conversations that he was having, and the way that he was trying to like get the stuff out of the girls was just so cringe.
and
to read
creepy.
it.
I think you need a stronger word than cringe.
He even said several times, "This is gonna sound creepy," and I'm like, "Then don't say it. Then stop talking.
Yeah.
If it's gonna sound creepy, then it doesn't need to be said."
Yeah, it's all bad. It's just all so bad.
Anyway, they fired his ass.
They fired his ass.
Just straight up, because I'd say it took about an account popped up about 6 days ago.
Yeah, someone
sharing-
said just before Christmas.
Yeah, sharing all these pictures, right? All these screenshots of this guy's conversation
Of
with
him
fans.
asking for nudes, of him saying, yeah, I'm being a creep right now, haha.
Right,
Him
like-
saying, don't share this interaction with other people. Stuff like that.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, they're absolutely going to, because you're a weirdo and you're in a position of power and you're trying to take advantage of these women so that way they can be on your show. It's not that big of a show, man.
Yeah, I was real confused as to like the leverage he really thought. It really seemed like
Yeah, what do you think you really have? Because it's not what you think you
you
have.
don't have that much, man. You got like discounted 311 tickets. And that's cool, but like also don't let that go to your head. What are you doing?
To be famous in one terrestrial FM market, it's fucking lame, man. It's not lame. Good
To
for
be the
you,
third most
but
famous guy.
The third most. It wasn't even his show.
It wasn't even his show.
He was a co-host on another guy's show.
Who still had the wedding DJ on the side to make ends meet.
Right. He's not getting paid.
I don't think he's going to be hired for a lot of weddings now either.
People that work in radio do not make a whole lot of money.
Well, no,
Trust
and that's a whole different thing. That has nothing to do with scandals. That's just the way
just
radio
fact.
is, yeah.
So why would you put your livelihood at risk just to get
In the most public way in your life.
pictures from girls that didn't want to give them to you?
Ugh.
You know? At some point, you got to say, all right, let's say you're not on the radio. Let's say you're not in a position of power, and you're just reaching out to ladies trying to form a relationship. You're trying to date people, right? Mm-hmm. And they say to you that they're not interested, and you don't let it go. You just keep trying. At what point is like, okay, so this is kind of sad. None of this is being reciprocated, my guy. Why do you want to take part in this? What are you getting out of this? Because you're not getting anything out of this. They're telling you they don't want to talk to you. You're saying, I don't care if you don't want to talk to me. I'm going to keep begging and get blasted on the internet because of it. You fucking suck, dude.
You fucking suck, dude. You fucking suck.
I want to say his name. I want to say his name real bad because he's a piece of shit.
Hey, same initials as toilet paper.
Haha. TP.
Yeah, figure it out, folks.
TP, morning show host.
Oh, you got it. Don't run it down. Make him listen to the episode.
Oh, okay. Well, they did listen to the episode.
Hopefully.
We're yeah. They
Fucking
fast forward
hopefully.
they're like, he's gonna say his name.
Well, you should use this part as the opening teaser. We're like, initials. There's a game in this episode, and then people will listen close.
The Pope's trying to fuck me. I gotta go.
You see what I'm saying? Don't let that Pope fuck you.
Oh God. All right. I gotta run away from the Pope and Mr. Slammy Head. Oh no, that's a bad spot.
Yeah, the Bell guys seem like a little bit of a Silent Hill ripoff. Like, remember the triangle head guys?
I like this crystal guy up there. He's cool. Can you hurt me up here? Anyone hit me from up here? Am I safe?
Do you remember the giant bell torture from Venture Brothers?
Oh yeah.
The bell.
The bell.
And he's like, what? I can't hear you. You just clanged a giant bell.
Oh man.
Fantastic.
All right.
Sorry, I wanted to soften it up there with some Venture Brothers, so it's not all gross at the end there.
Real quick though, I need to tell a recap on what you need to do.
Do your thing. Do your thing.
People that work in retail are human. You are also human.
Yes.
Treat each other like humans.
Kindness and empathy.
It's not that big a deal.
That's what we lead with.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Safety first, then teamwork, you know?
Yeah. See you next time. Oh no, my eyes are bleeding. Fuck.